Hello students, today we are going to learn about physiotherapy management of spina bifida. So first is communication. Communication is most important part for the physiotherapy treatment, and especially physiotherapists. They have to deal with patients on everyday basis. Uh, they have to communicate with patients, caregiver, and whole other medical team as well. So communication is must important. Now, first is accurate information about the condition. Physiotherapists should know all the thing about the patient, including the date of surgery, associated conditions such as hydrocephalus or any other impairments. Moreover, they should also know about the exact extent of the injury, their impairments, including motor impairment or sensory impairment, all the other things. Um Moreover, communication with other team members. So, other team members such as neurosurgeon, pediatric, orthopedic, or orthotics, you have to communicate with them for the proper plan of care for the patient. Now, reflecting positive and caring attitude during the treatment. So, you have to reflect positive treatment because this condition is whole lifetime period for the patient, and their family are having trouble with it. So to cope initially, they may have fear what is going on, what they have to do, and sometimes for longer period of time they become depressed. So you have to give positive feedback and give hope them. Now involving the patients into treatment. So you have to give parents uh, plan of care for the home protocol. So it may be important for the patient's recovery. Now, post-operative physiotherapy management has two major components. First is pre-ambulatory phase, and second is ambulatory phase. Pre-ambulatory phase consists of three stages. First is before the surgery, second is after the surgery, from the newborn to the early infancy. Stage 3 is infant to toddler. Now, ambulatory phase. Ambulatory phase also contains three phases. So, fourth stage is toddler through the preschool. Fifth stage is preschool to adolescence, and stage 6 is transition to adulthood. So, first we are going to learn about stage 1 before the surgery. So, before the surgery, you have to take pre-operative assessment, which we learned previously in the last lecture. So, baby almost covered with the dressing, especially when they are having open lesion, and care not to contaminate wound or the injury to the open neural tissue while taking any assessment. Or so, stage 1 contains only pre-operative assessment. Now we are going to learn about stage 2. So stage 2 is after the surgery, newborn to infant. Okay, so up to 1 year. So what are the goals? So first is confirm the functional motor level. So you have to confirm the which motor level is functional, and plan your goal according to personal motor level. Then prevent the contracture and deformity, as this stage is very important. Child is growing faster, and there might be an increasing contracture and deformity, so you have to prevent it and encourage the normal sensory and motor development. Now exercises. So during this stage you have to give passive exercises. So passive range of motion should be brief, twice or thrice daily, and should be taught to the parents. So But be careful as this patient might have osteoporosis, so don't do vigorous exercise. Then next is ES to paralyze muscle. So give electrical stimulation to the patient according to their grade of muscle, either IG or SF. Now these are some technique to taught their caregiver. So child held on adult's shoulder or prone over the adult's hips. So in this position, it allows closeness between caregiver and infant, as most commonly spina bifida patients go directly to the NICU or for the surgery, so their closeness with their mother or their parent is reduced. So this if they give this type of treatment, so the closeness will enhance and also encourages relaxation and interaction between them. Now next is positioning. So positioning is most important part of the treatment. So resting position to maintain the range of motion and enhance the development. So first is prone position. So when you put a baby in prone position, it prevents the hip contracture. As you all know that hip generally goes to the flexion contracture. So to prevent, we will give prone position, and it also enhances the development of extensor musculature, especially spinal extensor and gluteus maximus. Now here are some photographs. In first photograph there is baby in after surgery in the NICU, and here is baby before the surgery in adult sleep. Now next is sideline. So here is the photograph in baby in an ICU in the sideline position. So as prone lying is the base position for the child, but it is sometimes uncomfortable, and also child cannot hold lay in same position in all the time. So it sideline position is alternate position, right, and it allows hands to come in midline. So there is also help it also helps to develop midline orientation to the child, and it also encourage symmetrical posture and use as alternate position. Now next is supine position. Always avoid supine position unless and until you get medical clearance, as initial stage there is suture and it is not healed, so avoid supine position. Now next is sensory. So as you all know, there is sensory impairment in baby with spina bifida. So make sure you give sensory integration treatment at hospital only. So how do you give that integration? By either providing toys of various color and texture and shape, so such as squeezy toy or human face, so which will give babies visual and auditory tracking. But always give control stimulations, which means you give only one sensory stimulation at one time. So either if you are giving a visual stimulation toy which is having lights or different colors, so only give visual stimulation, avoid other stimulation like tactile and auditory. And if you are giving auditory stimulation, avoid sensory and visual stimulation. So By this manner, you will avoid the overstimulation, as it might be uh, hard for the baby at the initial stage. Once baby gets over it, so you can present various different stimuli in simultaneously. So here is baby playing in physiotherapy room in the prone line position with some toys. So it will give him multiple sensation at feet. Mother is giving some stretching, and there is various visual stimulation, and also retal is over there, so might be auditory stimulation as well. So this is multiple sensory input for the baby. Now developmental growth. So at this stage, physiotherapists will have to emphasize attaining good head and trunk control, and also head writing reaction. So there is one exercise which will help you to gain this. So first of all, position the child seated on the therapist's lap facing therapist. So in the picture it is opposite, child is facing away from the therapist, but you have to position child in the uh, therapist facing. Okay, now first of all, lower slowly backwards. So what you have to do, you have to move baby in forward and backward movement slowly first. Okay, then this will help the stimulate this will help the stimulate writing reflex, strengthen the abdominal neck muscle. Also, once you done with back forward and backward movement, then you can give side to side motion as well. So this stimulate the writing reflex as well as also strengthen abdominal and neck muscle. After that, give weight shifting maneuver, so which will enhance the trunk and neck control. So here, weight shifting and side to side maneuver. Now positioning and handling. So position the baby in prone over the leg, and rocking or swaying the child from side to side. Then walk around the hospital with the child, and make sure that this should not affect the course of back wound healing. So you have to teach parent or caregiver to do these all the activity, and also told them to not baby's response to the changing any movement when they move the child. If there is any changes in muscle tone or any is significant asymmetry is shown in the baby, so you it will be help to plan our treatment accordingly. Now, care of sensitive areas. So these are some tips you have to give for the parents and caregiver to take care while test the temperature of the bath water prior to immersing the child. So as the child is having impaired sensation, always check for the temperature of bath water. Then legs and feet should be protected while crawling. So give them kneecaps and socks to prevent any injury to their legs. Then prior to placing the infant on the floor, check the surroundings. So either baby proof the apartment, or uh, they parents make sure that there is no any uh, items surrounding the floor which may harm the baby. Then care of the skin using the orthosis. So especially when we give orthosis for the positioning or for the immobilization for the longer period. It might be it might be hamper the skin integrity. So make sure there is no any breakdown or redness in the skin.